Good afternoon, everyone. Father Paul Turner of the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception in Kansas City, Missouri, sending you greetings on Friday afternoon at 4:30. Try to do this every week, but last week I missed. I was in Washington, D.C., wrapping up a meeting with the International Commission on English and the Liturgy. This time slot just wasn't going to work, but nice to be back with you. We had a good meeting. The commission is 11 bishops representing different conferences of bishops, like different countries around the world, all speaking English. They meet to revise or review some of the revisions of English translations that we use at church. And my role is to take some notes for them and write up a report when that's done. So that was a profitable meeting. We looked at a number of things, talked about some future projects, and got things ready to go for 2025. I'm trying to think if there's anything in there. Probably not much you would even notice, but in a few years down the line, we'll be having an updated version of our lectionary, the scripture readings that you hear at Mass. So one of the projects was to review the English translation of the introduction to the lectionary and some of the gospel acclamations. You know how when the cantor sings Alleluia, we repeat, then the cantor sings something else and we repeat Alleluia again. Most of what that something else is comes from the Bible, but there are a few of them that do not. And so this commission is responsible for getting up an English translation of those. As I say, not too much this time that you would notice, but it's important work that has to be done. So good to be back with everyone. Big news this coming week is Vacation Bible School. I don't think we've ever done this at the cathedral. If any of you know that it's been done in the past, I'd love to know about it. But congratulations to Mandy Brown, our pastoral associate, for coming up with the idea and seeing it through. We have just a few kids coming, but we're doing it. And we'll be glad to do this for them and hope we can build on it in years to come. They'll be on site from 9 in the morning till about 1. They'll participate in our daily Mass next week. They'll have lots of fun activities associated with the Bible, but also just a chance to grow in faith and fun, build our little community together. We are moving into the Bishop Hogan Center, so now you'll be able to see our staff inside the new building. We're still having problems with access. There was a missed call on the lock of that building, and we're still having to get that figured out and fixed. The door doesn't stay unlocked, so we can't leave it unlocked during office hours or even on Sundays. We have to have somebody there or prop it open or something like that. Anyway, we're working on the fix for that, but that's the immediate challenge, just walking in and saying hello to us. But we will be there. And on Sundays and Saturday afternoons, I'd like to encourage you to come in through the new building. So we'll have people at those doors outside, and you can come on into the cathedral from there. It's very accessible from the parking lot. We are planning to lock the 12th Street door on weekends. So when you arrive and park in the lot, park as close to the Bishop Hogan Center as you can, and you can go in one of the 2 doors that are there. The one on the left is closest to the elevator, and that's where the handicap parking is located. So it's a very simple entry and push a button to get up to cathedral level. And the other side by the flagpoles is where the main door is. So we'll be over there. This weekend is also, we've got our annual missionary appeal. I'm very pleased that Sister Andrea is able to come from the Sisters of St. Francis of the Most Holy Eucharist. The sisters are located in Independence, Missouri, right? Very, very close to us. I've been familiar with that community almost all my life. They were, some of those sisters were responsible for the kitchen in the high school seminary that I attended, St. John's here in Kansas City. So I've known about their community for a very long time, and great that we would have an opportunity to support the work that they're doing out of in Latin America. So come this weekend, and I'm going to preach just briefly at the masses that I have, and then they're just pretty much to introduce the sister, and she'll speak just before we take up the collections. I think Father Ken is planning the same thing. He'll be on at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, but I'll take the other masses and confessions for you tomorrow. We will have on Sunday morning, we'll have coffee and donuts after the morning masses, well, partly so you can just enjoy the new space, but also so that you can visit with Sister Andrea if you'd like to learn more about the mission that she and her sisters are responsible for. It should be a really pleasant Sunday morning. This is our first coffee and donuts in the gathering place upstairs. So linger a little bit. If you're coming over on Sunday, be glad to have you there. We've received a challenge grant. If some donors are willing to give us $1 million, if we raise $1 million, so I'm sure they'll match whatever we bring in. But we're trying to get all the way up there. It's a tall goal to reach. We are, I would say, over 100,000, but I mean maybe 110,000, something like that. We're not at even 150 yet, as far as I know. But even pledges, like multi-year pledges, will count toward that. So if you can do a pledge like that for our building campaign to pay off the Hogan Center or to contribute toward the renovation of the cathedral, we expect we'll need to spend $2-3 million there. That this will be a huge, huge gift for us at this time. Everything you give is going to be doubled. So give that, please, some prayerful thoughts. Those who are interested in joining the church are meeting on Sunday mornings between the masses. And if you know someone you think might fall into that category, please give them an invitation. Come to church with you and stay afterwards, or come early and meet the group of others who are interested in learning more. On Monday afternoon, we'll provide lunch again at the Towers next door to us. This provides a meal for many people who may not otherwise be able to afford it, a time of socializing for folks some of whom don't get out very much, and just a good charitable act. So if you're interested in that, we have Mass as usual at 12:15, and then we go over to the Towers and serve a meal over there. Any help you'd like to give is great. And of course, Morning Glory Ministries always needs assistance for breakfast. Anytime you'd like to help them out, there's a link on our website to become a volunteer at Morning Glory. That's Monday through Friday. They're located in the Catholic Center, the meal program that is the Catholic Center on 9th Street. So take a look at those opportunities and see if something fits for you. Also on Monday in the evening, Mandy will meet with parents who would like to present a child for baptism. Usually these are parents of newborns or kids very young. So we have that on offer this coming Monday night. Tuesday, Mandy will continue with our Faithful Citizenship series. This is a series offered by the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops to get people thinking about some of the issues that will come to the fore in the upcoming election. So it should be a very lively conversation and a very inspiring one as well. The Finance Council also meets on Tuesday night. If any of you are listening, we've been announcing we would meet in the new building, but I forgot about the Faithful Citizenship group using the room we would have met there. So we'll be back over in the O'Hara room, which is now open again for meetings. If you're unfamiliar with our layout, the O'Hara room is right underneath the Daily Mass Chapel. That's where Morning Glory Ministries was offering emergency assistance during this interim time. They will have a brand new facility inside the new building, and that will be opening up, I think, by the middle of next week, maybe even sooner. Soon though, but probably count on it by the middle of next week. We'll be doing emergency assistance there. This helps people, for example, who need help getting an ID. We know how to request birth certificate copies and get people up and running. We also give clothing, shoes, backpacks, hygiene items, those types of things. All that will be right on site inside the new building, just off the parking lot. Finance Council, Pastoral Council meets on Wednesday. And as the new building opens, we're going to need help with greeting people at these various doors. So we have more doors through which people may enter, and I'd really like to get ushers, greeters on site there to give people a friendly welcome. Even our regulars may be walking into the building now and not knowing exactly how to get up into the cathedral, but if you can help us with that, we would really appreciate it. I know it's a big ask, but we'd like to have greeters on duty 30 minutes before Mass begins to welcome the people who are arriving early and coming in. We'll get you into Mass and on time, and folks would then have to, latecomers would have to walk around to the front door, but we think that the south entrance to the Bishop Hogan Center would be a great place to greet people, and you can put on a good face for us at the cathedral. We'd love to get your assistance. I think that's it. Let me take a look. Calendar, things coming up. I think we're pretty much set. I know I forgot to put in the bulletin that next Thursday, a week from today, is Deacon Jim's birthday. So keep an eye out for that. I'll try to mention it next week on in the letter that goes out, but do give him a greeting when you get a chance to see him. I think that's it. Hey, thanks a lot for tuning in. Hope I get to see you this weekend, and that you're doing well, and all your family and loved ones are as well. Catch you soon.